What is up, everyone? It is Luke McGuire here. Hope you are all doing well this morning. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm excited for today's webinar. We're going to do something a little bit different today, and it's a bit of a different format. I'm not sure if you checked out the email I sent out last night, or if you are just attending this because of the reminders from the last couple of weeks' webinars. But what I wanted to do today was, try something a bit different with you guys and really do a very personable webinar for you, but also at the same time, trying to keep it as short as possible. The reason I want to try to do this is because I know often it's a massive commitment to every single week jump on these webinars, sit down for an hour, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, right? Because by the end of the webinar, you can often feel, or at least I know I can feel very excited but drained, or feel like I've done my work for the day by being on it, and I'll do what I've learned tomorrow or the next day or the next week, and often it doesn't come, right? If that relates to any of you, like say me in the box, I'm sure it does to some of you. Jack, let me get to your question in a minute. But yeah, correct. So there's a lot of people here that are in that same boat, which is totally normal, right? It's normal for anyone to be watching anything for more than 2 hours and then going, okay, I'm pretty exhausted. Just like if you watch a movie on TV, by the end of it, often you're like, okay, I need a break now. I don't want to watch another movie right away, right? And that's probably why as well movies only go for an hour and a half to 2.5 hours max, because no doubt they would have done their market research and know that after that people's attentiveness starts to slip away. So that's why today I wanted to get into a strategy with you guys that has been the number one method that people that don't have a business, have never made $1 online, that want to create an extra $1,000 to $5,000 a week online, and they just don't know where to start. So I'm going to share with you exactly how this is done with today's training. Just give me a second. I've just found a tissue in my pajama top. When you chuck them in the wash and then you end up with random things in random places. Let me go ahead and open a Google document for you guys. And apologies for my voice today. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'm never going to not sign up and jump on these with you guys if I can pull the energy together, which is normally every week. I'm normally 10 times more energetic than this, but today feeling a bit blah. So the way we're going to do this is, I'll write this here, add an extra 1 to 5K a week to your business model that sells itself. And again, the reason I was saying that I want this to be a shorter webinar today is because I want to show you the key areas in action. Then I want you to still feel motivated and have enough energy and time to go ahead and replicate this right now yourself, right? In this next hour. I want you to have done both of these things within the next hour, but I'm going to give you a hand here. So the method we're going to be doing here is with local marketing. And if you've never heard of it, or you're just not a fan of local marketing, you probably will be after I share this with you. So local marketing is basically offering services to local businesses, right? Having local businesses pay you to do the work for them. 1 moment, I'm just going to drink of water. That's better. So paying local businesses to, other way around, having local businesses pay you to do services for them in the marketing field. Now, the cliche services people offer local businesses are Facebook ads, Instagram ads, So the cliche, let me even write this down here. Facebook ads, Insta ads, YouTube, social media posting, Google SEO, and so on and so forth. The thing with these is that most local businesses have had a bad previous experience to this, right? That they either get no results or little, I should say little to no results, didn't change their business much, if at all, felt they were being ripped off, and then may have a negative view on social marketing, right? These are some big drawbacks with offering the above services. Now, if you do offer these services, obviously, or if you did want to, there are ways you can get around these, I guess, caution areas very, very easily. But we'll talk about that in another webinar, because today is about ProfileMate and offering a service that they probably haven't heard of or seen before or know is possible until now. So that's going to be building email contact and Insta audiences for the local business for their client, right? So what I want to do, I'll do one example now, that I want you guys to throw out a bunch of examples. Again, I didn't heavily promote today's webinar, so we have a lot less people on today, which is good for you, bad for people that are watching this on replay in future, right? And again, I will send the replay out. I always do, so don't worry about that, guys. And thank you, Roberto, for that. That's very kind of you. And Jack, like I said, I'll answer all your questions when I get to the question time. I just want to get into this training for everyone first. But if you ever do have any specific questions that need answering quickly, we do have a full support ticket portal, the place where you can get the link I wrote about in the last email in the PS section at the bottom. So getting into this today, let's go ahead and go here. Now what I might do right now is I'm going to think of a local cafe. I see someone's put out real estate as well. We'll do that afterwards. So, but let's say, for example, that I know there's a really popular local cafe called Bam Bakehouse. This is a place I love to eat at. Just a local cafe here that creates beautiful, beautiful pastries and breakfast meals. Right, looks pretty good. They've nailed their social media marketing here, obviously. And this is what I always like to do. I always like to find the market leader, because it gives you a really good idea on if you're doing any other local services for any business. You can draw inspiration from what is working. Now, when you know what works, it's easier to replicate versus trying to go in and reinvent the wheel. So here, this is a potential client, right? And there's two ways I can look at it. This is either the potential client I want to go after, or I want to go after a competitor. And again, on Instagram, you can go ahead and click the drop down arrow next to the name, and it will give me some other suggested breakfast locations here. There's one here called Paddock, which I believe is the same owners, or at one point was. Custard Canteen, Tarte Bakery, sorry. El Espresso. So this is another really popular place on the Gold Coast here where I live. And again, you can see a common theme of similar style pictures, few more in-store lifestyle shots. But this is what I would do. There's going to be a couple of step process. So the step process is, and this is the process I want you guys to follow after this webinar, right? Is going to be 1, find the market leader. That'll be step 2. Step 1's going to choose your niche. Now, by market leader, again, you don't need to be finding out which company makes the most money or anything like that. Just find a page that is profile that is trending in your niche, right? In your chosen niche. And the beautiful thing when doing local marketing, you can try so many different niches. There is just an unlimited supply of local businesses out there, right? So you can go ahead and find the market leader after you've chosen your niche. Then what you want to do is get 2 to 3 competitors. Then what you want to do is go ahead and start scanning. So let's just do that right now. So we've got Elk Espresso. Let me open that in a new tab. Bam Bam Bakehouse. Let's go ahead and go Cubby Bakehouse. I'm just looking for another one that I might know here. Milkman's Daughter. I know this is another one. Okay, cool. So what we can do from here is 2 options. I like to identify who the market leader is. So in these, we've got, and market leader, I'm just going to look here by fans right now. But again, also always worth checking the engagement. So just to make sure the engagement is good on the post. So 542 likes on that post. And that one's pretty good in the running too. Okay. So the market leader definitely is Bam Bam's due to mass engagement, but also Elk Espresso here has a big trending, like they've got less followers, but they're getting around the same amount of likes for their content, maybe just a little bit less, right? But they are pumping. So the 2 options you can then looking at these people as potential clients. One, you either want to choose the market leader because they understand how important it is to stay on top. Once you are on top, it is scary to think about coming off the bike and going back down the mountain, right? So they want to stay there. So they are going to be prepared to spend money on anything that can keep them there, right? People think it's easy at the top. It's definitely a anxiety filled field, right? Now, the next type of client I want you to look at is a client that is doing well, but maybe not as good as the top people in the market. Now, this Milkman's Daughter here, and this is a much newer restaurant as well. I used to live literally around the corner from this, maybe, I don't know, 100 meters away from it, 200 foot, whatever that is, 200, 300 feet away. And it was really, really nice. Actually, everything they did here was vegan. I'm not a vegan myself, but I definitely don't eat as much meat as I used to, and I used to always go here every day. It was delicious. They had some crazy beautiful meals that were just so just made your body feel really, really healthy in the mornings, right? It was a great way to start the day. So knowing that, what I'm going to go ahead and do, and this is all I want you to do, is take the Instagram account, go into your Profile Mate account, and I actually get like it's weird, I just got goosebumps. I've got them on me now because I just love this process so much because it just works. And it blows local businesses away. So inside of Profile Mate, we're going to go find users. We're going to go ahead and go follow or following. We're going to go view any account. And then what we're going to do is we're going to enter that Instagram account so that it's all we need is that last bit, the milkman's daughter GC. We're going to go ahead and scan the followers, right? We're up to 300, 500. Now, the beauty of this is as well, you don't need to scan the entire page at this step. I'm just going to go ahead and download the followers from there. And then what I'm going to do is open up, give me a moment while this loads up. Let me change this over so you can see. Hopefully you can see that okay there. What I'm going to go ahead and do is you can see it started to scan out the users of that Instagram page itself. Now, this in itself is going to blow away that local business when we send them an email and say, hey, I just wanted to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Luke. I work on the Gold Coast and I work for local businesses, and you being one of my favorite cafes, I want to show you a service offering we do where we go ahead and build an audience of email addresses, Instagram accounts, and phone numbers from your own followers, and more importantly, from your competitors as well. You can see down in the attachments, I've uploaded a bit of a demo example here that I've made for you already of your followers, and then some of the information we were able to gather. On top of that, I've gone ahead and done a scan of your competitors, or you don't even have to say done a scan. I've gone out and gathered information on your competitors' followers where we can get this similar information as well. We'd love to talk with you. Please let me know if this is something you'd be interested in. Right? And we'll go ahead and write an email example in the middle like that, in a minute like that. But you can see here, just that quickly, we've gone ahead and got the Instagram accounts, the usernames, and the names of the users, right? Which I think is just so cool. So in saying that, we're going to go ahead and move back over into Profile Mate. Now we have that list. We can go ahead and copy that. Copy those usernames in to our analyzer, right? I'm going to hit submit. This one was called Milkman's Daughter. I'm going to write coffee because otherwise it sounds like some weird, creepy adult movie, which I don't want saved to my desktop because you wouldn't believe sometimes when I do webinars and people will see files on my computer like that, for example, where I've actually just done an example like this and then people go on forums and blogs and screenshot this stuff saying that look at this porno file or something. Yeah, I know it's ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and start scanning those users. Just that little quick snippet that we got just then. Right, we're going to let that run for a bit, and I'll check out your questions now while that's happening there. April says no apostrophe after the second businesses. So after the second S in businesses is spelt as equal businesses. I think there was some, I think you grammatically had some issues in that sentence. Maybe I'm reading it out wrong, but either way, I'll agree with you that I probably done a spelling mistake somewhere. I apologize. Um, right now, I'm just trying to focus on getting this content out, but I will go ahead and edit it if I pick it up later on. So we've got this going on down. We can see we've got 11 emails here through 100 people we've scanned so far. We can let it keep on going, but again, with these intro, this is all about just connecting with that local business. Right now, I just want to go ahead and stop this scan because we've got 16 emails, we've scanned plenty of people here. Down here, I can go ahead and download the entire folder. So I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to go ahead and click if there's an email, yes. And we're going to go ahead and click download on conditional data. This will pull me out a document that just has the users that have their emails there. But again, to the introduction, when we're trying to contact them, we want to have all the information we can show them. So it looks impressive for them, right? So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you this again real quick, the document we just pulled out just then. So here's the document. You can see here. Full name, follower account, so on and so forth, phone numbers. And we could pull away this user bio as well. Like when we do the initial scan, where the options are of what information we want to get, we can get rid of the user bio if we want. Probably is it a business or private account we can get rid of too, just for the initial sake, because again, we want to make this look as manual as possible, right? We want the local business to think we're manually going out and doing this. We're not going to, like I know some people do lie, but I'm not going to lie and say, hey, we manually go and do this, but we want to not say we automate it or manually do it. We want to leave it just as blank, because if they know you can automate it right out the gate, they might go looking for the solution themselves. But again, chances of that are low because local businesses are just trying to run their local business, let alone do anything else at that point in time, right? But you can see here, all these public emails of customers that go to the milkman's daughter themselves, right? And again, I'll open up the other document we just downloaded, which had the conditional information, which I showed you. There we go. So you can see here, we've got just the details here of the users that have their emails public. Now, what I like to do here is I like to take screenshots, right? Because when you have screenshots, when you contact that local business, they might be scared to click on a link. A lot of businesses won't click on links from people that they don't know. But if you upload a screenshot of this information, it then gives them a visual representation of what it is that you're trying to show them without them having to leave the email to any other page or download anything off their computer, right? So we've got this information here. Now, like I said before, let's do another. We want to go ahead and get 3 local examples from local businesses. So the following examples were say the market leader, Bam Bam. And again, we can rename these files when we send the email to things such as your follower list, your follower contact details, your competitor Bam Bam, your competitor or competitor 1 Bam Bam's fan breakdown, competitor 2 fan breakdown, right? So we've already gone through 2,800. Let's just download it there, leave it at that. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing anything with you guys right now. There we go, sorry. All I did was go find our analyze users here, type in Bam Bam Bakehouse, analyze, and we're off to the markets. So yeah, then we hit download, follow followings, and then we've got that another document with the thousands of users. Let me go ahead and just show you this here, since just thousands of users from that local business that quickly into a document. Now again, don't let it scan entire pages right away. Don't let it scan entire pages right away. The key document that I would say, just let it gather a bit of information, would be the document that has the actual emails through our analysis through ProfileMate, right? Now, once you have got those details, now let me open this document here real quick. So what you need is your chosen pages, scan of their fans, their fan count, their fan analysis, which is email, number, scan, etc. Competitor scan, basic scan needed, not analysis. Right. Not the full breakdown of all of the details. So once we have these three pieces of information, we can very quickly now just go out and send a quick email the client. Now in the email, we're going to introduce ourselves. With personalization points, we're going to go ahead and introduce what we do. We're going to prove value to them by giving them information on their own business for free. We are then going to seek a response, right? That's what we're going to do in our initial email out. Now, again, there's 100 ways to skin a cat, and I hate that saying as well. I hate that saying, and I hate the saying beat a dead horse. Two sayings I hate, but sometimes I say them just because it just makes sense in the moment, but then it makes no sense why anyone would be doing either of those things ever. Also, before we continue, and again, this might be my ADD, but again, something to think about. Like someone said to me yesterday, did you know that when your tongue in your mouth rests on the top of your mouth, not on the bottom? And I never thought about it, and then I realized it does sit on the top of your mouth, but in my head it makes sense that it would sit on the bottom. And then I tried to put it on the bottom of my mouth, but it just felt really weird trying to keep it there. And another thing I was told is that if you get a new bed that is bigger, you will have more bedroom, but you'll have less bedroom. Mind blown. Anyway, they're two other deep things you can think about at a later date, but you know, sometimes when I hear fun facts, I like to share them. So we're going to email the client. So it's time to go out. So let's go ahead and find this page's email address. The Milkman's Daughter. We've got the actual website here in the bio about us. Down here, Milkman's Daughter iCloud. Now we can do this here, and we can also do this inside of Instagram. We can DM users inside of Instagram. I'm actually working on a chatbot for Instagram as we speak, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and open an email, right? We're going to go ahead and open. So say we had this recipient up here, and we can say inquiry. Okay. So subject line, it just needs to be something encouraging for them to open the email. Inquire here's entire instant list or audience, or inquiry for the owner. Right, something like this, owner of Milton's daughter, right? Something like this. I'm going to say, hey there. I'm going to get rid of this email real quick just to in case this email sends. So we can say, hey there. Here's Luke McGuire. My name is Luke McGuire. Not only a customer, but a resident of Mermaid Beach as well. More importantly, I offer a service, a very unique niche business where I can offer, where I build audiences and send businesses. So I'm just talking out loud, then I'll read it out to you guys. Where I build audiences and businesses by using Instagram, and more importantly, any clients, competitors, followers, to then drive them to your page. Right, this page. After coming to Milkman's daughter so regularly, I want to offer these services to you as to essentially I go through all your competitor followers weekly and build up email lists, phone number, audiences, and Insta pages for you. Directly engage and contact them on a mass scale. Instead, I actually went, sorry guys, I'm just going to write this out here, then I'll read it out. You guys can probably read it though as I'm writing. and did a scan of your page. 1 second, guys. I actually went ahead and did a scan of your page, and I wanted to give you the following example. You can see attached is, and here is where I like to do bullets. I always like doing bullets. I feel it breaks emails up nicely. Is a list of a couple of hundred of your accounts that follow you with your fans' names. A list of 3 of your competitors' audiences, user accounts, and names. A further breakdown of your audience of the first 300 fans of your page, which includes many of the users' emails, numbers, and contact details that the user has provided. And we are able to contact, right? So, boom. Then you can say, what I want to do is not to do is see if you are interested in me doing a full scan. Go in and scan over 10, you can say 10,000, you can say 10,000 accounts a week, which would get them on average 100 emails a week, right? So 1 in 10 users have their email in their bio. So 10,000 users a week. And get you the key information, the key details you need of your exact market. This is something you are interested in. Please let me know. I work exclusively. Actually, that's what I'll say before this real quickly as well. I work exclusively with one niche in one specific area, and because I know how powerful this information is to says, I thought I'd reach out to my favorite coffee shop before offering this elsewhere. Well, you don't even have to say before offering this elsewhere. You could just say something. You said I thought I'd reach out to my favorite coffee shop first. Give you the peace of mind. You'll be the one getting the details of your competitors only, and not the other way around. And I'll send this document to you guys in a minute, all right? Now, again, tweak this according to you, how you like to do it. But this is just how I do it, how I write. This is the way I speak. So again, you can tweak it yourself. One thing more we can say here as well is in this service, I wanted to also mention that we don't just search competitors, followers. We can also go through users who have physically checked into a location. Posted with a hashtag and even can run the entire reaching out campaign to your audience for you as well. One last thing I'm going to do here is I'd also love to give you a free scan of 1,000 any page. Oh, actually, I'd also like to give you a free report of the followers of any page that you choose. Just reply to me with the link and I'll get it done. Now, again, here is where you can see I said you see attached is. So this is where I would add the screenshots or even the Excel documents. Now, another easy way to do it is to copy the downloads down the bottom here. Copy them into, like once you've done the scan and you've got the Excel document, you can copy that into a Google document itself. And you can just add them as multiple tabs down the bottom to keep it all in one document, nice and clean as well. But again, I find screenshots work really, really well because people can just click through them and see what it is, right? Pretty simple. Now, that's just one basic email, right? Basic email. You could cut it down, you could make it shorter. Let's even do another option for that, right? Because again, I don't need all that. And again, I'll share you this entire document here soon. I'm going to go ahead and cut out all this. Don't worry, we've got it in the other. I've already copied and pasted it. So let's just keep this really short. You can see it attaches this. The way we do this is by going through the followers of any page our clients choose, extract the information that is useful. Example, 1 in 10 users have their email in their bio. Can emails, right? We also go through build audiences based on users who live in any postcode, city, state, or country. Put some, I know you've probably tried online marketing services before. And may or may not have had luck with them. This is why I'm showing you. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to say, because I want to get this really nice and short. Because again, I'm always thinking about personalization points, and that's why I'm trying to think about a personalization point for this actual business that would be a good one here. I'd love to do a free scan for you of any page you like, up to 5,000 profiles. You can imagine how long that can take if you did this solo to go through my pages individually. As myself and the team are ready to get it done. Please let me know and we get started on your free scan. And if you then and only then are happy with the work, we'd love to offer you our services on a ongoing, that we can speak once we've proven ourselves to. Something like that, right? Well, not actually, I wouldn't even say proven ourselves. Once you see the proof of this working. Something like that, right? And again, you can tweak these. And again, I'll get you this document, guys. Don't worry. Let me go ahead. I'll just share it now for you all. All right. So once you've done that, what I like to do is manually open up a Google Drive, and I open an Excel document with the actual email. I'll go back up here for now. So yeah, so after that, keep an Excel doc of the email and business you've contacted, right? Just go ahead and do that. Keep it up there, and then you are good to go. That's all I want you to do is keep a track of who you've contacted and where. Now, again, you might then think, okay, that person doesn't respond. Do I then need to go and do further scans and get the deeper information of the competitors, right? So say, yeah, what I mean by that is the milkman person says, no, I don't want to work with you. Elk then wants to work with me, right? If I wanted to work with Elk, do I need to go ahead and not only scan their followers, but then go and get the analyze information? Not necessarily. You can just tweak the email instead of saying, hey, here are emails of your actual Instagram audience that follow you. You can say, hey, here's an example of one of your main competitors, the milkman's daughter, right? Or if you get the market leader, which was Bam Bam's, this one over here, it's always a good idea, I guess, to scan the market leaders, the actual full page, the page of the followers, and then the analyzing, which again in Profile Mate is the finding of the users and analyzing the content. But again, you don't need to do it for the entire page because we don't want to give the local businesses too much, right? But when you have their main competitors, followers, and fans in front of them, it blows their mind that they can then go ahead and reach out their competitors. Businesses are always looking for the person above, and that's where they want to go ahead and be. So they can think to themselves, well, if they've got all this audience, what about us? Now, again, pricing and stuff like that, pricing, how much you want to charge, that's up to you. Pricing, you can charge anywhere from say $97 a week to $497 a week. It depends on how many your scans you're doing, how if you're going further. Now, if you have Melvio, you can offer the mass email out. You can offer a bunch of other things, such as white label licenses. So if you have what was I going to say? If you have the white label option inside of Profile Mate, you can generate you can generate unbranded license keys of Profile Mate, which you can then say, hey, look, I've got a software that I've created, as in you'll say you've created it, which allows you to go out and scan X amount of pages a day, right? And do A, B, C, D, and you can actually just sell them the actual software. You can rent it to them. But the beauty of it is it's unbranded, so you can claim it as your own, right? And the chances of them finding Profile Mate are pretty much slim to none because you send them the actual file for the Chrome extension unbranded by you, right? So there's a few other options there, but again, like you can charge whatever you want from this. An average email opt-in, I think these days costs over I think it's $5 to $10 now for one email opt-in. Now, the way you can sell it, we could oversell in that email if we wanted to. We could tweak it and say, look, the average email is $5 for an opt-in. We want to give you 100 emails right now for free of your competitors' followers or people that live in your exact location. And again, the way you get the location people, like if I wanted to search someone that was on the Gold Coast, you just need the supercharged searching upgrade. But we've got another option coming this week as well that'll enable you to unlock these as well. But I think most of you guys do have the monthly option because it gives you so many more searches. You can go from locations. So if I wanted to type in Gold Coast, I can just start scanning every person that lives on the Gold Coast, right? Pretty crazy stuff. So think about the pricing, and if you're just getting started, just send this email out. You want to get that point of contact across. You want to build that relationship. You want to tweak it accordingly. You then want to go ahead and try to get them to agree to scanning any page that you like. Make sure to upload those documents of the initial scan. Don't give too many searches for free, right? You want to tease their imagination. You want to get them excited, but you don't want to over deliver, right? And then just wait for them for their response. And if you're just getting started, you're brand new, just say, look, $97 a week, right? You get 10 clients at $97 a week, right? $1,000 a week. which is, again, and then if you do the math on that, charge what? Charge $197 a week. You need 5 clients. And then there's businesses here that'll pay for like 1,000 plus easy for this because they're getting so much valuable information. You get right? And again, that's $97 just for giving them some details that they think that you're doing manually. Don't tell them that you're automating it. All right. But then do that, wait for the response, get the email back, and then go ask them, what do you want to maybe create 3 packages, right? You could have an email data weekly. You could say maybe 5K profiles a week. Maybe you could do 1K profiles a week, 5K profiles a week, 10K profiles a week, then 40K profiles a week. Now again, remember in Profile Mate, there are limits to how many accounts you can search per day. That will then depend on if you have the upgrade as well, where we rent IP addresses. With the front end version of Profile Mate, you just get your at-home IP address, which is how we're allowed to offer it as a one-time investment on the front end, because it uses your home IP address to search as many times as Instagram allows you to search on that day. It's an Instagram side restriction, not us. Then the upgrades, though, we rent IP addresses, so then it goes ahead and logs in multiple different places at once. Multiple different IP addresses, which means internet connections, which means you can search more per day. But don't overcommit on saying I'll scan 1 million profiles a day for you, right? Keep it realistic. If a company is getting 100 emails a week, 200 emails a week, that's pretty damn good. And that's only 1,000 to 2,000 profiles, right? So, but again, the purpose of this is just to get started, just to go in, get started, and see if you can get the response rate, right? Now, like I said, once you get the actual contact details, make an account with the actual email, and then a yes or no, and then the Instagram account. So it would look something like, let me go ahead and actually do something like this. You would go ahead, actually, I'll put it in that document for you guys. This breakdown, table, insert table, something like you would go business, contact details, imply yes, imply no, and then you would do Insta, right? So if they don't reply to your email, go ahead and follow up with the Instagram account, because remember, we've probably found this page from Instagram. So it takes us 2 seconds to copy the link of their Instagram URL here. It takes 2 seconds to go ahead and copy the usernames and the emails from the website down here, right? Invest in it. It's worth doing. It's worth doing this, and just start having fun. It's fun. And finally, again, this is the final point I want to make here, is don't overcommit, right? Don't overcommit to focusing on one client only, giving them too much information. This is a numbers game. You should be able to pump these emails out over and over and over. You could, if you wanted to, email 10 different coffee shops right away. And then think about other niches, coffee shops, nightclubs, lawyers, surgeons. What other local businesses do you use? What local businesses could use more traffic? All of them. It's a beautiful thing. Don't be scared to reach out. Don't be scared to contact. They need help. Businesses will want your help if you can provide them value. The beauty of this is you can just provide them with the details. They can then decide what to do. Or they could say, hey, okay, thanks for that. How do we then contact them? You then offer them the solution with our Mailvio autoresponder. If you haven't seen that, check out last week's webinar replay. We have done a huge bonus deal with that. So that's really worth checking out there as well. But then you can do the email marketing for them as well, where you can set up autoresponder messages, campaigns for that local coffee store, and so on and so forth. But again, we'll continue this next week. Actually, I might even do a video for you guys on this, probably today or tomorrow, on some other competitive advantages that the business will then get from this, that will then help them convert further in the email. But again, they'll understand the power of this if they have had a business for some time. If they haven't, you should let them know in the email as well what the benefits are. Contacting more people of the competitors' followers, it just makes sense usually, but again, sometimes it's good to spell it out. But try this, reach out, put in this little bit of work now. I know I've gone over an hour now, which I'm annoyed about, but put in the work now, because I know this is going to be a very, very powerful training for you all. Let me just check out some questions here. Someone said that I'm not sharing the screen. I should be sharing the screen. Can you guys see the screen all right? Someone, yeah, Breno says, hey, look, when trying to get local marketing clients, how do we make sure they pay us and keep their deal with us for a couple of months? Do need to make some sort of contract. Look, yeah, what I always do, and I've done this both ways. I started being the guy that didn't, that was like, oh, everyone will pay me, and they would pay at the end of the month. It's much easier to get money at the start prior to a contract beginning than at the end. You can draw up a little contract if you want. You can even set up a buy button on your website with a recurring adaptive payment. You can just generate them in PayPal, and you can just send that to them and they can sign up to it, right? You could just invoice them each month if you wanted to. It's up to you but always try to get the money first. If they see this, they don't see the power in it, and they don't understand getting emails for pennies to the dollar compared to how they would elsewhere, they're probably not a client that you want. So don't get discouraged if you feel you've got a client there but they want to pay after the fact. You've already proven yourself here by showing them what you can do, showing them an actual free scan that you offered to do for them. You've given your value. Now it's time for them to hold up their end of the bargain because they know what they get. Replays of the webinars, I usually do send them out right after, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an actual teachable course site where every week I'll just upload all the webinars into the one lesson teaching site place, I guess you could call it. Also, a big thing you could do is whitelist my email whenever you get one, favorite it, or make sure you check your junk, and then if it's ever there, move it to your inbox. You know, Google sometimes does weird things depending on what words I might use in a subject line. I might chuck it into the spam folder or junk folder. So yes, Henry, I'll check into that one. I'll see if we can do that in Chinese for you. Carla says no. I'm just reading some interesting responses here to that thing I said about the bedroom before. Yeah, cool. Bruno says he's had some issues with Instagram deleting his accounts. Look, no, your IP address will always be fine. And again, look, whenever you're setting up an account, I always say, yeah, like I said, create new accounts. Do that. Just put a bit of time into putting the simple things into it, like adding in, say, your profile picture, a bio. If you can, add in, say, a couple of photos, because again, blank if Instagram sees a completely blank Instagram page and it's searching tens of thousands of profiles a second that's just been made, then it'll say, okay, look, this is a bit weird that this Instagram account's logging into 20 different countries right now, in and out with all of these things going on, and then they don't even have a single photo, right? So give that a go. That usually really helps. But yeah, sometimes there's annoying things on Instagram side that we try to work with them on, but it's harder to control. April says you have to be logged into Instagram before running Profile Mate. Yes, so you do have to be logged in, but again, it doesn't matter what account. We always suggest just creating a new account. Don't have your Instagram account logged in on Instagram.com. Just create a new account. It takes 2 seconds to do, literally, and run it with that. Profile Mate doesn't actually do any engagements of anything, so you don't have to be worried about any bans for that, anything like that, because it doesn't like, comment, follow. No, it's none of that. It just literally, Profile Mate just literally opens up tabs of followers that you would do manually, right? And that's all it does. You can build as many different Instagram accounts as you want. And again, if you ever get to the limit of searches per day, you can go ahead and in ProfileMate itself, in the app.profilemate.com, you can go ahead and take out Instagram account A that's used all its searches for the day and put in Instagram account B, and it will continue searching for you. So you can try that, but again, the supercharged searches is a better option there as well. But in saying that, guys, I wanted this to be an hour of power. It has now been hour and 6 minutes of power. So I want you guys to go ahead and start this. Start this now. Just go reach out to 5 or 10 people right now, or at least just do the scans right now of a specific niche in your area. There's no reason that you can't do this right now and start building a business so quickly. And the beauty of this is as well, once you get to 5, 10 clients, you can start paying a VA to even do the searches for you, and you can automate this entire business so money just comes into your account. It's really insane how simple yet powerful this is. The time to value ratio, crazy. And again, if you haven't watched last week's webinar, please go ahead and do that. It's so powerful. There's an offer for the autoresponder that we've built here for Profile Mate with 25,000 extra leads that will be expiring in the next few days. There are spots still left for that, but then we will be closing that offer down again like we did last time. I might still run it with just the half capacity leads there for you guys, but if you did want an autoresponder, that's just a no-brainer. That's cheaper than anything else I know on the market. That's the one, and it also has the best deliverability. So I want you guys to check that out. But in saying that, guys, I hope you have a great morning, and I will speak to you guys next week. And yes, Jack, if you want Profile Mate, you can just go to profilemate.com. And again, it's my tool. And again, if you wanted to promote it as a product to other people, you can also do that. profilemate.com/JV is where you can request. Awesome information for in and out of the bedroom. Thanks, Carlos, mate. All right, guys, I'll see you all next week. We'll get the replay out today. I appreciate you all so much. I'll have to send a new link out for next week's webinar because the actual amount of webinars I set up on that link had run out. So I will create a new link, get it out to you guys, and I will go ahead and speak to you guys shortly. And again, Tim, let's go ahead and really dominate that idea that you just had there as well. If you've got Malvia, we can go ahead and really get this pumping, because again, all you need is one client to get that paid off multiple times over, actually. So pretty insane. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye. Oh, wait, if you're still there, one last thing. Do you guys like this format better? Is this a better format for you guys? Or do you prefer the longer ones with more training, more examples, more niches? This, having one for if you like this, two if you like the longer style webinars, if you are there. Or you might like both. Put 1 and 2 if you like both. All right, cool. The majority say one, probably 20% say two. So good to know. And I will, doesn't mean I'm always going to make them shorter or longer. I just always love to learn from you guys because you guys are the reason that I do what I do. So I want to go ahead and help you in that way. Tim says, yes, but it's also helpful if you prepare the document beforehand. So look, if you want me to do that as well in future, I can. But today, for example, like that, I chose one of your examples that popped up of a niche. So it's hard to prepare documents unless I lie to you and say, oh, someone said this, or I could just say, look, this is something I prepared earlier, but I like to engage with you guys of what you're thinking about, right? So, but I do get your point. When you have things written out, it does like that. But at the same time, I also like to show you in real time how I literally just do this. Because I think for some people as well, when they see someone doing it, even if it's annoying waiting 5 minutes for someone to write something out and explain why it's written out that way, I think it just makes the light bulb sometimes go going, oh, okay, I saw him do that live. That didn't look hard versus saying, here's it already pre-written, but I don't know how to copyright like that, right? You can see the mistakes I make. You can see how I delete things, and how it's not just a perfect boom. But I do know what you mean. Hey, but let me check that one out. I believe I said that bonus was going to be for those that picked up Malvio that were live on the webinar only. If you did pick that up, mate, I will get that for you. Just shoot me a quick email, um, and I will follow up on that one as well. All right, guys, cool. All right, see you guys next week. Appreciate you all. Have a great day. And again, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'm always doing something fun over there in my stories if you want to engage a bit more and connect. It's just at Luke McGuire on Instagram. Thanks, guys. Bye.